I'm traveling the Scandinavia for the last couple of days with a group of friends and all are entrepreneurs, and we had some very exciting conversations along the journey. So let me discuss the US-China tariff war and its global implications and the emergence of India as a favored player. Now this was a hot topic on our tour, so let me discuss a few points which we all realized during our conversations and interactions on the multiple journeys that we had in the last couple of days. The tariff war is a global reset. I would love to repeat this. The tariff war is a global reset. The world is witnessing a silent storm, a war without bullets but with global consequences. This is not just about trade, it's about power, influence, and the reshaping of the global economy. This is the new tariff war. Let me discuss the scene number one. China, the giant under pressure. That's what has happened with them with this tariff war. China, which is once the unmatched manufacturing hub of the world, is feeling the squeeze. The US has imposed steep tariff as high as 145% on Chinese goods. Exports are slowing. Factories are cutting back. Companies are moving operations to other countries. This is the new reality that the world is witnessing. Even China's strategic Belt and Road Initiative is under pressure as debt-ridden countries struggle to repay infrastructure loans given by China. The world is beginning to push back, and that's clearly visible. Let me discuss the scene 2. India, the emerging manufacturing force. While China slows down, India is stepping up. India has imposed its own trade restrictions on Chinese products to protect domestic industries and create self-reliance on the country's industries. Global giants like Apple, Foxconn, and Samsung are shifting manufacturing to India because India is also one of their biggest markets. India's electronic exports have crossed $20 billion last year, a clear sign of growing confidence. With lower costs and favorable policies, India is becoming a strong alternative to China for global supply chains. Let me discuss the scene number 3. It's about United States. Protection with consequences is what they are facing with the tariff wars that they have introduced. The United States launched the tariff war to protect its industries, but tariffs also brought unintended consequences to their own country. As far as the prices of goods are concerned, they have risen dramatically. Business investments have slowed down, and while the aim was to bring manufacturing back, progress has been uneven and inflation is rising dramatically. The tariff war has created pressure at home, in every home, in the United States of America. Let me discuss scene 4 about Europe, the place that I'm currently traveling. Europe is stuck in the middle. Europe finds itself caught in the middle dramatically. On one side, US tariffs affect exports, and on the other side, Chinese dumping of cheap goods threatens local industries which they are witnessing and facing. European steel and automotive sectors are already under tremendous strain for quite some time. The European Union is demanding new protections and support as trade tensions escalate. For Europe, this is not just economics, it is strategic. Let me discuss scene number 5. The global supply chains, which is a massive shift that the world is witnessing. Across the globe, supply chains are being realigned. Many countries are reducing dependency on China. At least 40 nations have implemented trade restrictions or increased tariffs on Chinese products. Now, this decoupling is pushing businesses to explore new markets, and India is rising as everybody's top choice. The world is entering a new era of distributed manufacturing and regional alliances, something that was never witnessed before historically. Let me discuss the scene 6, China's strategy as far as loans and global dependencies are concerned. Friends, China's infrastructure loans to developing countries were not generous, they were strategic and intentional. By building roads, ports, and railways, China hoped to create new markets for its exports, but I guess that plan is under a lot of clouds. Now, with rising global debt concerns and pushback against dependency, that strategy is facing resistance from everybody. The influence is going weaker by the day. Let me discuss scene 7, India's infrastructure plan and the road ahead. Friends, India is preparing for the opportunity. In the next 5 years, India plans massive investments in infrastructure. As we speak, 50,000 kilometers of new expressways are underway. Mega ports under the Sagarmala project is happening. 400 new Vande Bharat trains and modernized railway terminals are being created. There is a multimodal logistics park and economic corridors being created, all aimed at reducing transport costs, increasing speed, and attracting global investors. India is not just preparing to compete, it is preparing to lead. So, friends, the tariff war is more than headlines and numbers. It's the beginning of a global transformation, a reshaping of trade, a distribution or a redistribution of power. And in this changing world, nations that adapt to the new situations will rise. India is ready. Is the world watching this? I want your comments on this video and this content, and I'm sure you'll have questions to ask or comments to make. I look forward to replying and responding to every comment that you make. This is Agnelo Rajesh, currently in Copenhagen, Denmark. Bye for now.